Hi everyone, let me ask you a question. Have you ever tried to explain what you do to your family and friends and gotten a blank look? Or is fear holding you and your online business back right now? Now, if you answered yes to either of those, you're going to love this month's free newsletter. How do you get a copy? Head on over to writecom.com now. And by the way, if you want to make more money with your online business, you are going to love our coffee bean money making idea inside. So head over to Writecom, that's WRITECOME.com, and you'll find the newsletter waiting for you over there. Hi, this is Barry here, and you are very welcome to today's podcast episode from writecom.com. And today's podcast episode is entitled Hemp Baker Wants You to Drive Safely. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, who the hell is Hemp Baker? Well, many years back, there was a man called Hemp Baker who won the position of Corporation Commissioner by a landslide. Now, the best part was when he won the election, nobody had a clue who he was, had met him, and didn't know what he stood for, and yet he won the most votes on the election day. Now you're thinking to yourself, how would an unknown person just win everything by a landslide? Well, it was very easy, and what he did was he made his name familiar to the people who were going to vote, so that when they were faced with his name on the ballot sheet, his was the one name that stood out. Now again, you're wondering, how did he do it? Well, it was very easy. What he did was he took a collection of rusty cars and he placed them all around his local town. Now, what he did on each of the side of the cars was he wrote, Hemp Baker wants you to drive safely. So if you lived in his local town, as you drove in or out of town, you were met with one of those rusty cars, sometimes at the side of the road, sometimes up on the hillside. But it always said, Hemp Baker wants you to drive safely. Now, what probably happened on election day was probably Hemp Baker had planted a message into your subconscious mind, in that you were met with his name over and over again. So when you saw the ballot paper, his name suddenly stood out. You knew because you'd seen his name all the time. Now, the message of he wants you to drive safely probably also planted another message in your head, in that you probably said to yourself, well, Hemp Baker, he seems like a nice guy. He's looking out for us. He wants us to drive safely. He wants us to get home safely. So he sounds like a good person that I probably should vote for. And then when it came to election day, as I said, he won it by a landslide. Now, the reason I'm talking about that is something I'm seeing going on in my local area at the moment. We have elections coming on, and this past couple of days, you can't drive anywhere, but every telegraph pole, every sign has a candidate who is looking to be elected. And you have all these people who are smiling down on you, who Some of them look like they know more than you do. They have this kind of look on their face as if they know everything and more things than you do, and that is why you should vote for them. And they're all posing in their best white cheesy smile, and they've got their best dresses, or they got their best suits on, and they're looking their best. And as you're driving along past all these people, I'm looking at the people and I'm thinking to myself, I don't know anything about you. I've never seen you before. I've never heard you speak. You have never dropped by my house. And what I'll probably find over the next couple of days as this election takes place, I will probably get some leaflets handed into the door that is probably going to give me some kind of gobbledygook or some kind of message of what they're going to do and how they're going to change my life around and how they're going to do this and that. And really, at the end of the day, I don't know them. I probably don't trust them. There's no likability. There's nothing there at all. And what they're doing is they're basically throwing a sign up on a signpost, and they think that that is going to win me over, that I am going to be swept away and that I am going to vote for them. But when you think about it, a lot of us are like that too, online as well. A lot of us believe that we can just turn up on someone's doorstep with our little sales letter in hand and say to someone, this is the product you need to buy. I am the person you should hire as a coach. This is the thing that you should do. You should pay me cash for this because I'm on your doorstep right now. Whereas we should just like Hemp Baker did, which is to show up regularly in this person's life. Show that you are likable. Show that you are trustworthy. Show that you know what you're talking about. Show that you can make a difference in their life, and they will make up that decision themselves. They will go to the people that they know, like, and trust. So if you aren't maybe putting your name out there enough times, if you aren't being helpful, if you are looking for the cash instead of actually just, building some trust first, build some likability, show that you know what you're talking about, you are probably going to be like my local candidates in the local election. You're probably not going to get voted on, but the people who will be getting voted on are the people who show that they are actually doing something for the community, who are actually on the doorstep, who are talking to the people, who have actually built a relationship with the local area over years. So when it comes to the election time, they are going to get the majority of votes. So keep that in mind. And by the way, Hemp Baker wants you to drive safely. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us today. If you'd like more from the rightcome.com podcast, be sure to subscribe now for more tips, tricks, and ideas you can use to make more money from your words. See you in the next episode.